out for some zone 2 miles today, so needed my rest day yesterday. Was pretty knackered Sunday afternoon, especially after driving home on the Saturday night, getting like no sleep, and then smashing out a 10 miler in the morning. Not feeling dead or anything, but giving myself that extra bit of rest, and then hopefully crack on with a good week of training. Zone 2 today, then TT VO2 max session tomorrow, plus probably some aero testing, because looking like a low wind day, nice and warm, so should be good for it. Hey guys, it's Wednesday, cracking on with a TT VO2 max session today. Got 6 by 6 minutes, was aiming for around 4:40. I've done 5 now, got 1 more to go. Same as last week, I'll do the last one heading back to Cross Pool. So I'll be like 5.5 minutes with some descending, so it's more like 5 minutes, but shake it up a little bit. Saves me going up that hill on the way back, because I'm out of fluids now that I'm an hour and a half in. Averaged about 4:45 for the first 4, so I averaged 4:43 last week, so just keeping around there. And then that 5th one I did just above 470, so that was really good. Do this last one and see how that is, then again get out for some more aero testing. But lovely sunny day, so need the fluids. Look at that, 25 odd. I ain't complaining with 25 degrees. Good stuff. That's part 1 done. That last effort was a bit scuffed. Going all right on the downhill section into the uphill, but then like a car pulls out and is going slow, so I'm stuck behind them for a minute, and I just couldn't get the gears weren't working very well. Normally I've just got these 2 gears that I struggle to get into. There's this middle easier gear where it just doesn't, I don't know if the teeth are worn on the cassette or what, but it just doesn't get into that gear. Ends up skipping it, going up the cassette or down the cassette. But it felt like I was getting that for a lot of the cassette, wherever. Maybe I was just trying to get into that gear like all the time. Hello. But yeah, on that last rep I just couldn't find the right gear, and it was a bit all over the shop, but yeah, not too bad. I mean that 5th effort at 470 was really good, and the rest were like 440, 445 odd, so yeah, really solid session, probably like 450 average when I take the mean of it. Right, refill the bottles, have something more to drink because it is very warm, but I like it. Yeah, put the TT lid on and then go do some testing. I'm just going to do triplicate at turtled head position, trying to roll it in, get the shoulders a little bit forward, close that gap for the helmet, and like 4 baselines. So A, B, A, B, A, B, A, B, A sort of testing. And I think I also want to test how much faster calf sleeves are, because I do have some chonky calves. She's a good house dog, but she's a fucking pain in the ass when you take her outside. Jesus Christ. Whereas Ruby's the opposite. Ruby's a fucking annoying house dog, but she's alright when you take her outside. You're such a sweetie when you're inside, you know. Jet. Hello. Time for part 2. Right, let's hope we can get a good set of runs in and it's not too busy today. Start with the calf sleeves on, see if I can tell the difference when I take them off. So like 3 hours 11 minutes in, I think that's a duplicate of runs. I'm gonna put the calf guards back on and do a couple more runs again. So I'll go try and turtle the head in. Calf guards on, turtle the head in, and then baseline. Yeah, just as busy. I don't know if it's quiet any time of the day. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if I come here at 9 o'clock in the morning and it's still stupid busy. But that's the thing. It doesn't need to be stupid busy. It just needs to be a couple of people walking. Well, farmer going up and down the road, cars leaving the golf club. Like, it's just a limitation of the road. But I feel like it's the best one I've got. Silly as that sounds. Put the calf guards back on. Still a lovely day. A clear set of runs at the end there. So this road could be good. It's just, yeah, I mean, it was mainly a family walking up and down that were messing up the runs, to be honest, and the farmer was on the road, but not for too long. That was only a couple of runs. 3 hours 30 into the ride. God damn. God damn. There we go. Half decent shift, that. Ich bin kaputt. Whew. Big old ride, that. Good session at the start and then some pretty whack testing, but we had to go, you know. Hey guys, Thursday. Absolutely destroyed myself a little bit yesterday. Like 280 TSS for that ride. Getting out for the night zone 2 today in the sunshine. It's raining this afternoon, so get back. I've got probably a bit under an hour left. Yeah, just tapping away, keeping it moving. Training day tomorrow, then rest day, then race on Sunday, so yeah, should be good. Just gonna let the cars head on the descent, just so I'm not let the cars get up the road, and I'm not going to be bombing it for this descent, because I mean it's not that it's pretty straight, and it's mainly just avoiding the shit bits of road, but yeah. Probably good practice, just let them get ahead, because like going down Froggatt and stuff, get caught behind some cars. It's Friday, another lovely day, and I'm getting out for a TT threshold session, so I'm going to go out to where I did it a couple of weeks ago, then do 15-minute tempo effort, come back down the hill, and then do it was like 45 odd minute threshold effort. I did like 377 average last week. I know 377 when I was on the pedals, but it's got a big descent in the middle. 45 minutes at 350-ish. Including the descent, and then pedaling wise it was more like 40 minutes at 377, I think. So yeah, that's sort of like 380 range. But yeah, get out there and see how it is. Should be good. Got the water bladder, sugar in the Trinity bottle, and yeah, out for a bit over 2 hours, right? Good session that. Did a 15-minute tempo, so started like St Luke's, Bents Green, along Stony Ridge, and by the end of Stony Ridge that's 15 minutes. So looped it back, came back down the hill, then started my threshold effort. Had to restart it because the car pulled out on me. 30 mile an hour on this flat section. The car just pulls out on me and goes 20. It's like just shit driving. So then I restart the effort, and then exact same junction, someone does the exact same thing. The reason I restarted it is because that flat bit at the start, I feel fantastic. 400 watts feels so easy. So I'm like, I'll restart it, but the second time I'm like, no, not worth it. Especially if it happens a third time, that'll be stupid. Just took the L, waited a few seconds behind that car, pulls out from a side road onto the main road, and then takes the next side road. It's like, what are you doing? But yeah, rest of the effort on the main road, really uninterrupted. Quite windy, but quite nice and under control. Like, you get those big gusts of wind that chop your wheel, but I was learning to handle it well. But a 28mm on the front, it's the Connie 5K TT. Maybe slightly better in the wind compared to the 30mm. Better transition with the rim. Total speculation, just like my aero testing. I made my spreadsheet, I think my calf guards are actually slower. Interesting. Windy, but it's kind of like a northerly breeze. So I knew that I'd be fast up Aula Bar. I think got to Aula Bar at 28 minutes, 350 average. And then I'm like, okay, let's do 400 to the end of Stony Ridge. So that was fast. Might be close for having a Ben Swift KOM, but we'll see. First 28 minutes, 350 with a downhill. And 20 minutes at 395-ish. A bit stronger than a couple of weeks ago, which is good to see the upward trend. Oh yeah, I need to wash the pads out a bit because it's like leaching out some detergent that is soaked into it. Once I get them sweaty, start leaching a little bit. Just heading back now, be a bit over 2 hours. Really solid week of riding so far. 4 days on, about 12 hours, 2 sessions, both of which have been really solid. Gym yesterday, a bit domsy this morning, but still managed to get a good session in, so can't complain, can I? Rest day tomorrow, then have a crack at a road race on Sunday. There we go, very solid end to a 4-day block that, if I do say so myself. Gonna be a warm one, baking hot already. Sunday, Peter Taylor Memorial, so it's 80 odd K race with decent amount of climbing, so 2.5 hours. Did this one last year and didn't make the front split, but hopefully it will just be that it splits on the climb, so I need to make sure I'm with that move. But yeah, looking forward to it, should be good. I'll definitely take a big bottle of water because yeah, I don't want to be caught out with really needing some water because it is very warm today and it's not gonna ease up.
Go on, Tom. Keep going. Keep going, Tom. On Tom.
Right, back now, showered and packed and all that jazz. I think I should be pretty happy with my performance today because I kind of went in with a plan. Probably wasn't the right plan, but I mean I executed that and I felt like I was racing. Even though I was like spending a lot of time on the front and I was a bit of a marked man, that was just the nature of the tactic I was going for. So I did this race last year and I think I got dropped on the climb on the second time up the climb, and the winning group of like 15 riders went clear on the climb. So I was assuming, okay, it's a field of 41 riders, it's going to be the same again today, where that front split is going to be formed on the climb. So my plan for that was, okay, I'm going to kind of force this split to happen, so I'm going to make it hard on the climb. It was a tailwind up the climb as well, so even though you're on the front of the climb, you get to dictate the pacing, and you're not benefiting as much from the draft. Is still important because it's a lot of it's like 5% or whatever, and the speed's high. But because of the tailwind, you everyone's basically working hard on the climb, so you're not getting punished for drilling it on the front. So for the first 2 laps, I was positioned well and I was holding my position, which was nice. I'm familiar with the circuit from last year, and I feel like it's a nice safe circuit. There's some gravelly sections and some poor road surface, but for the most part, I felt like it was a pretty safe circuit last year and the same this year, especially with the wider tyres. But yeah, I was positioned well near the front and got to the climb, and first 2 laps I was on the front for the climb, but then I was trying to keep the pace honest over the top of the climb because I know, like for me last year, I got dropped the second time up the climb and then I was chasing solo for half a lap, and it was because the pace is still high for the rest of the circuit. That was why I wasn't able to chase back on. So the sort of riders like me who would get dropped, I'm like, okay, I don't want them getting back on. That's what I wanted to thin the group down. And it did work to an extent. I think we started with 41 riders, and looking at videos my mum took, probably thinned it down to 25 odd. So I was doing work to reduce the group, but I wasn't. It definitely wasn't hard enough to form a winning move. I mean, so I did the first 2 laps on the front, and then the next 4 laps, I was within the group, and we were still going like full gas up the climb. It was really hard work. So like, I didn't really need to control it myself because the pace probably would have been high regardless. I had a plan to do that and I executed it. So, and then after I realized it kind of wasn't working as intended, I did sit back in the group. But by that time, I'd been spending a lot of time on the front trying to keep the pace honest. So people were kind of looking around at me to chase back moves when we were attacking each other on the decisive parts for the other parts of the circuit. Those other little uphill drags rather than the main climb, because the climb was hard. Everyone was going hard up the climb. So it was those other sections where the moves were happening and there was attacks flying constantly. And I was being active very early on. That first hour, I was trying to get in that winning breakaway. But a lot of the time I'd find myself on the front and I can't attack from the front. You need that speed differential. And I because I was positioned nicely for once at the front. I mean, I could see all the moves that were going, and I just have to like play chicken and wait for someone else to jump from behind me, and then I can accelerate and get onto their wheel. I can't just attack from the front. That's just going to be stupid. It's absolutely kill me. So I had to bluff, because otherwise I would have been absolutely cooked. I recognise this guy, Sam Kettlewell, who won that first regional A road race I did this year, that first race of the year. So I'm like, I see him going, and I'm like, okay, yeah, it's probably going to be a good move, that. And when no one else jumped, it was like, okay, that's the break, isn't it? And our group were just not working together at all, man. Like, it was just attacks constantly and chasing each other back for the next hour and a bit. And it was loads of times someone would do like a half pull, like an attacky pull. So they come through with too much speed, and then they pull over, like, and it's like, guys, why aren't you pulling? And it's like, bro, because you just attacked. Like, what do you expect? So is that constantly we weren't working together to make any inroads to the breakaway. So they were definitely going to win. And from that point, it's just like, yes, it's kind of annoying that the race winning move is gone. But I know solo time trialing on a road bike for me is not that. I'm not amazing at it. Like, I doubt I'd be able to bridge that front group. Like, it'd be easy for me to get carried away and be like, okay, this is a good chance to attack, and then I try and solo bridge. But I think the odds of that actually working are very low. So I'm like, no, I'm just going to play the game. I'm going to sit in the group, follow moves, try and get in moves, and we're having little moves that were happening, but we're all getting brought back, and going into a lap to go, we were all together, and 5-man break up the road. And then last lap, just a couple of moves, nonchalant moves, just end up rolling off the front. 2 groups of 2, and for whatever reason, no one reacted, and felt like when I was jumping, and they were reacting, but it's whatever. Obviously, you're always going to feel like you're more hard done by. You're the marked man, but it is what it is. But a couple of moves got away, so there was like a total of 9 riders up the road. I was dreading this last climb, because I'm like, the climb has been so hard every single lap. I'm like, this last time up it is going to be so fucking painful, because I know I'm gonna absolutely bury myself to do as well as I can up that final climb. And I'm just like, this is gonna hurt, man. But managed to, with another rider, we got separation, and this first bit of the climb, going into the climb, we got some decent separation, and we just started going for it, and we had a decent gap on the main group, and like, I was cooked. I've got to remember, like, the main group are also going to be all absolutely fucked as well. But yeah, we just kept pushing it, and it starts out steep, then it levels off, then it steepens up again. When it leveled off and then steepened up again, I think I came past him, which is funny because obviously I'm such a much bigger rider, attacking on the steep part, but I wasn't trying to get him off my wheel or anything. I surged and got it up to the big watts, but I wasn't trying to drop him. I just wanted to keep away from the peloton, even though obviously they weren't going to catch us, because we were going well up that climb. And I just pushed it for the line. Like, he was, I probably dropped him off my wheel, but I was just pushing like he was on my wheel, about to come around for the sprint. I'm just flicking up through the gears. Fucking hell! Last year I got pipped for. I was meant to come 15th. I was the strongest in my group by far. And then I was cramping up the final time up the climb. I'm like, fuck's sake, it's a big ring climb. And last year I started cramping, so I had to put it in the little ring to spin it out. And then I managed to like kind of get on top of the cramp, and I'm like, okay. And it's me and another guy who are battling for 15th and 16th. And I'm on the TCR, and I'm trying to get the front derailleur to shift up to the big ring. Nope. Trying to get it to shift up it just wasn't going up to the big ring last year, and so I was just spinning out, and he managed to get me in the sprint. So yeah, I knew it was definitely a big ring climb. Like, it feels a bit uncomfortable, but you can just respond better. You have that torque that you can produce to respond to any moves. With 1 lap to go, I actually did try doing the climb. My front shifting on the new bike is flawless, so I'm like, okay, I'm going. I did it in the big ring to start off with, and I'm like, for the first 6 laps, first 6 times up the climb, But I'm like, okay, I want to see what it's like in the little ring, and you're just not able to respond to those surges. It's just that much harder because your cadence is already higher. You don't have that room to lift up the cadence from 90 to 100 plus. If you're already at 100, it's much harder to spin up to 120. I need to do it in the big ring, and obviously I'm pushing much more power on that final climb, so I needed it. And yeah, dug hard for the line, and I think it was 5 up the road, group of two, and then me. So that would make me 10th, which is decent. It's the case for like every road race I enter. Like, I have the engine that I could win these road races, but a lot of it's tactical, and I feel like I did all right today. I felt really confident and comfortable in the bunch. I mean, it was a smaller field, which was nice, only 41 riders. Felt safe on the circuit. Like I say, there's some slightly dodgy sections, but both years I felt really nice and safe, and felt like I was cornering well. Yeah, really can't complain with it. I need to trust that the group will thin out on that type of circuit, and I mean, if no one's working on the climb, then I could take it up. But maybe I think I showed my cards too early with, okay, I'm willing to work to try and get us moving, and then I was kind of being looked at to chase back moves where, like, I can chase some of them back, but I'm ideally trying to get separation, not drag you guys along with me. Like, if I keep chasing them back, I'm just gonna bonk myself. So good learnings for next time. To be honest, I don't even know if I'll be getting another road race done this year. I'd like to do a Ford Valley crit, which is like super local crit to me. I mean, I'm not training wise, I haven't got any crits planned. But it'd be nice to try and squeeze one or two of them in, because it's so local to me, it'd be good to do. So I was chatting to Tom Fitton about that, because he won Tameside this week and then did Ford Valley. Yeah, have a think about that, and might be nice to get another road race of this sort of caliber, where regional road race on a hard course, because that's the type of riding that suits me, I think, at the moment. Have a think about that, because going forward, it's mainly focused on the time trials, like on the national champs on the 26th of June, in a week and a bit's time. So that's super exciting. And then RTTC national champs as well. So yeah, lots of time trials, but I'd be happy with that. If that's my last road race of the year. I mean, I haven't had the best time of it with the road racing. First, what I mean, I haven't been doing it this year, so I can't be like, oh, I've had a bad time of it. I mean, I did really well in that first one of the year, but dropped my chain, which is why I got forced out of the break. Fine. Then I just wasn't ready for the national level races. I'm just not at that level yet. Then did a couple of shit tame sides where I had some issues, but yeah, can't be mad at myself. I haven't really been doing it. I've been focused more on the time trialing, and that's where I'm good at. So yeah. All right, I'll check out.